Hey guys, this is Mavi from Red Alert 3. I'm kind of new to VODing and StarCraft 2. I've only been playing for maybe 3 weeks to play. We're looking here at Primeval, down here in bottom, playing as Terran, and up here Dynamic. I wonder if he is from Red Alert 3. Dynamic was a Red Alert 3 pro, by the way. He's playing up here as Zerg. Primeval right here is Terry Bogard from Red Alert 3. Maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't. No, he was not Dynamic. Very good enough. We're playing on Nerism Crypt, 4-player map. He was a Tiberium Wars bro. That's good enough. Zerg player up here is sending his Overlord out, try to do some scouting. Looks like he's gonna try to get some drones up here. Whereas Primeval down here is getting a supply depot, try to block off. And very good. Like there's some good conversation going on in the game. I want to apologize for maybe some lagging and not such good quality. I'm kind of low on RAM and I don't have a video card. I'm actually using the onboard video here. So there he is getting there's Primeval getting his barracks up. That's cool. Here's Primeval up here trying to get his SCV, do some scouting. Very good idea. Here comes a drone. Maybe we'll see some scouting from him too. Maybe, maybe not. Some water will not being used yet. Yep, here's Dynamic doing some scouting. Here's Primeval trying to anti-scout. Terran vs Zerg, really one of my favorite matchups. Really depends on the player, really. Both of these players are masters, so they're pretty good. Not grandmasters, but they're pretty damn good. It looks like down here, Primeval's going for his orbital command. Very good, so he can start getting some mules down. And he almost got this here. We get some marines out. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get some marines out, take care of that drone there. And up here at Zerg, Dynamic is trying to get his, or not trying, he is getting his second hatchery. I'm not so sure. Here's a scout. Maybe he'll scout this fast hatchery. Maybe not. Not so sure if Primeval scouted that fast hatchery. Or really like to see how he's gonna adjust to this here. Here he got 2 marines. It looks like he got that drone out of the way. Very good. Very important to get the anti-scout like that. Here he's got 3 marines. Completely blocked off. Whoop! Here's a command center. He must have scouted this fast hatchery, because right now it's Dynamic getting a lot of money, not so much units, but he's getting a lot of money boost here. A very dangerous thing to do actually is that versus Terran, because Terran is very strong at the beginning part of the matchup, whereas Zerg or Protoss are really strong at the end of the game. Not saying they're not good at the beginning, but I just think Terran is a lot more strong. Here's a Zergling. That's not such a good idea. He's camping out 4 Zerglings there. Very ineffective as it's blocked off. And here comes Primeval down here trying to take care of the Zerglings, because he doesn't want them to see that command center. Here's an Overlord. Looks like he's gonna try to scout that base, but Primeval's up here with some marines. And looks like he's getting supply blocked. Primeval's getting supply blocked right there. Dynamic up here has no idea, I don't think, about this command center. Not that big of a deal this early in the game yet. As we see some spine crawlers here. Quite a few Zerglings. It looks like down here he's gonna go for 2 factories. Maybe you see some Helion harassment. He's getting orbital command on that. 2 barracks. Looks like he's expanding, get some tech lab. I'd like to see maybe some Reaper Rush. Reaper Rush, not that effective on this map because there's not really a lot of ridges that he could crawl around. I mean, here he can't really go through, but right here and around is really the only place that he could do it. It's gonna be hard to do with the Queen right there. But I'm not thinking he's gonna go for Reaper Rush. He didn't get any upgrades yet. Maybe get some mortars, mix it in with the marines. A very powerful combination. Here he is, getting an SAV from his second command center. I suppose he's going to move it right in here where that Zergling is, so he might want to anti-scout that. We have some Zerglings on these ops towers here. Or Xalnaga towers, I should say. I'm so used to Red Alert 3. It looks like he's just going to get some Marines. He's upgrading. Yep, he's upgrading to get the Marines some extra armor there. Some alien harassment. Oh. He didn't anti-scout that. Here's an Overlord trying to sneak down. Here's some Queens, maybe try to get those troop timbers, get him some extra eyesight. Very smart by Dynamic there. Here's some Overlords sneaking around. Alien, looks like he's getting upgraded on that. Here's still some Marines. Looks like he's getting stim packs. That's a very good idea. Creep tumor, aliens. That's not such a good idea. This Marine's gonna try to harass those workers there. Quite possibly, maybe we'll see some Marine drops, alien drops, maybe. He has to get a starport up, obviously. Here he is expand, maybe get some siege tanks. Siege tanks are very overpowered when they're on artillery mode. And he's kind of Primeval placing some aliens here, Marines. That attack kind of failed. Here's an Overlord down here, still sneaking around the left side of the map. Up here, he's got his second command center with orbital command on it. Down, he's got plenty of SCVs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 4 Marines, he's making some Marines. He's upgrading, still on the stim pack. Now he's starting to get some mortars down here. Mortar Marine. And here he is going for 5 racks. Very good idea. I guess he's going to want to spam a lot of infantry, a lot of mortars. Very good combination, really. Here, he's really opening his eyesight here with these creep tumors. He's almost down here to these towers here. That's not a bad idea. And here, down here, we have his Overlord still sneaking around. It looks like he's going to sneak the whole way around the base here. As Primeval's going for his third command center. He's floating around 400 credits, but he's definitely going to use them with 5 barracks. Here's a refinery up. Let's see. Yeah, he's utilizing both his refineries down here. Zergling definitely has the money coming in. Here he has a sport crawler. That's a very good idea for mortar drops. In terms of scouting when a medevac comes in. But he doesn't really have many units. Well, here's some Zerglings, but they're all running away to defend against that. So a medevac drop right now would really give Primeval here to the upper hand in the game. And he's really holding his Dynamic here is really holding off. Look at that. Dynamic's really holding Primeval off with these spine crawlers there. It's not a bad idea. It really isn't. Queen's trying to fight off. Alien techs, it's not really a bad idea. But here with these spine crawlers here, you got what, 3 queens? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Trying to fight off. It's probably not going to be effective as a medevac drop. Because I mean his base is basically wide open here if he did that. As he's using that scan sweep there to scout that out. Let's see, still 5 barracks up here. Dynamic went for a 3rd hatchery, which is good. Looks like Primeval, he's a little bit ahead on the command centers and the hatcheries here. He's working on his 4th right here. Dynamic's floating an Overlord here. I guess just try to keep an eye on that orbital command. Now he's sending some SCVs over. Oh, that's very smart, getting planetary fortress. That's a really good idea. But he sees it here with Dynamic's Overlord, so he could overlook this here. Possibly once he starts building up some units, he can take that out. Whoops. Seeing some more healing attackment here. Needs to really take these spine crawlers out. Now he's using his stim packs. Here's some bandlings. The bandlings are really dangerous. Yeah. You really need to keep an eye on those bandlings there. Mixed with some siege tanks and artillery mode really helped us out. All he really has to do is push with his siege tanks, put them in artillery mode, try to harass a little bit, try to just keep on pushing forward. But it looks like he's gonna stick with spamming some mortars here. It's always easier to watching him than it is to play, of course. He still doesn't see this overlord, so there's not a lot he can do about it with Marines. Well, he does have a missile turret up. Yeah, he's got 2 mules. Very good idea. Whoop, he's sending some units down here. I saw some bandlings up here, some Zerglings. All he has to do is lift it up. That's very good. That's a very overpowered type of thing that Terran does. Very good idea. Looks like he's gonna try holding. Looks like Primeval is gonna try holding him up with some mortars, some aliens. I don't know how effective that's gonna be with having these infectors here. Let's use Vested Terrans. Yeah, he's gonna lift it up, try to run away. He has all his units over here, some medevacs. Vested Terrans are eventually gonna run out. Wow. He's going for his fourth hatchery up here. My pardon. Sending all his units to the middle here. A lot of attackment. This is a good matchup. A lot of attackment here in the middle. Stim packs, bandlings are just so powerful. Although, like I said, though, if he had some siege tanks and put them in artillery mode, it might not be such a threat with bandlings or even these early. Artillery are really powerful. Same thing here. You can just pretty much set all of his artillery up here. Take these spine crawlers out. Very effective as a Terran player. Here you see four medevacs. Really cool if we use them. Came around the side here. Took all this out. That really gave him an upper hand. Although not a lot of an upper hand because he's still on 3 hatcheries over here. Well, compared to 4 though. I don't know. Now he's taking some of these scouts out. See, there's no scout on that one. Yeah, he's got Zergling on that one. Zergling on here. There's Primeval can see with his medevacs. Take that out. Looks like he's gonna go for his 5th hatchery. Yep, definitely gonna go 5 versus 4. Not necessarily that Terran needs it. Oop, here's a medevac drop. 2 Helions and 2 mortars. And take that out. There's some wasted credits. Here comes all his Zerglings. But they're gonna be effective because he just climb on in there. Oh, climb on in there. There you go. Now he's gonna come up here, try to be effective here. There's a Queen and help defend a little bit. Also, some units up here, some stim pack being used. There goes the Queen. He's gonna pull his Queen. Hopefully, try to get this hatchery out. Really good. There's all of his units are going up here, bandlings and Zerglings. Completely ineffective. It's a very good idea with him trying to distract up here and then bring us some units down here. He took this hatchery out. Now he's gonna try and take all these drones out. And here comes all of his Zerglings. Here's some bandles. All they have to do is that. That's very deadly from Terran player. All they need to do is get in that medevac. Complete harassment. Now he's stabbing some spine crawlers there to defend off his hatchery. Looks like he just might get this hatchery out. No, he's not. The bandlings are gonna pull all that off. That's so close there. So close. All his Zerglings are gonna touch the base here. He has a lot of them. So now he's focusing on one that's almost dead. He's in the orange health there. Here's the second one here. So he's only on 3 versus what, 4 here. As Primeval's coming up here, some Helions, a lot of mortars. There's a couple Marines in there, Marine on the towers. He knows he's coming though. Dynamic up here has some ultralisks. Those are really powerful against anything here. Mixed with those bandlings, that's probably not going to work out. But again, you know, with siege tanks though, that might have went his way. I'm not instigating Primeval here, but you know, that's really, you know, a good mix-up with Terran, as he's trying to get his fifth command center. These bottom ones here, he has his planetary fortress. Very good to help defend that off. And these right here, he has orbital command on. Very good mix-up. And look at all these. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 bandlings there. I don't know what they cost, but they're very effective against Terran infantry. Which really seems to be, he's sending all his SCVs. It's very effective against Terran. Here's Zerglings, so he knows he's coming. He's gonna try again with these mortars here. And he's got, what, 2, I can't really see. Sorry, he's got 4 aliens mixed on in there. He's gonna back away. He's building his hatchery up here. So he's got 4 on top, and here's his 5th. He's working on with Primeval attacking that with the helium. That's gonna slow it down, but it's not gonna stop it. It looks like Dynamic here is coming down here to attack, which is pretty much wide open with the exception of these guys here. It's a very good matchup. Very good matchup. Take a look into the bases here. Oop, here's some attacking going on. The Vandals are going to take those out. He doesn't have that many Vandals left in his group here, so he might be effective. Let's see that. Now he's getting some Vandals. He's going to take all that infantry out. Plus that ultralisk, which is really powerful punch. Plus it has some pretty good defense to it. He's gonna take his medevacs, which are damaged back here. Taking a look at the base here. Primeval is on 1, 2. Looks like he might upgrade that one. 3 factories, 2 starports with a reactor on it. He's got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 barracks. So that's really good for spamming all these mortars. That's really gonna help him stay in the game here. He's working off. Here's a planetary fortress on this one. He's working off of 5 command centers on the bottom, whereas Dynamic here he's working on 3, 5 also. Very good. Here goes some Zerglings. Zerglings mixed with some cocoons, and there's one pester there. Taking a look at his base. He's trying. Well, his base isn't much here. He's keeping a lot of his technology up here, like his ultralisk cavern, his bandling nest here, evolution chamber, 2 of them actually. So actually, if he would have medevac drop a lot of this Imperial as he's scanning this area here to see what's going on, he could actually slow him down a little bit in terms of getting these bandlings, and that'll really give Primeval, as long as he keeps making all these mortars here, that'll really give Primeval the upper hand here. It really would. Still anti-scouting these towers here. Now Dynamic really has a lot of troops here, sending 4 Zerglings to try to take that mortar out. Or anti-scout. He has a lot of cocoons. Holy crap, he has a load of cocoons. And that's really good. I mean, you know, typically if you're just gonna, if you see that your opponent's just spamming infantry like that in 1 Thor, I mean that's really effective. Is just using cocoons, because those cocoons take all that right out, with the exception of unless you have a lot of medevacs that are loaded. You know, and you use the stimpaks on it, you know, maybe it'll be more effective, which is all out marine spam. And he's trying to get this hatchery out here, along with all those spine crawlers. And here comes some Zerglings, and all those bandlings there. And there goes the Thor. Here comes the mortars. Such a good matchup. Here's what? 5? No, 6 infestors, an ultralisk, and medevac that's almost dead. He hardly has 1 bar left. Here's a hatchery that's still damaged. Try to medevac drop. Very good idea there. Oh, I didn't even see this being put up. Now Primeval's up here on 6 command center. Looks like, I can't really tell. He's getting planetary fortress, that's a very good idea. All kinds of, he has 3 missile turrets. I apologize, he has 5 missile turrets. And that's really good because he's putting almost 2,000 credits up here. It's always it's always a good thing to keep your credits as low as possible. Just keep making units, keep making buildings, defense, whatever you have to. As you see here, he has a whole bunch of mortars. A whole bunch of them. Now, I don't know what he do with his factories. Oh, here's his 2 factories here. Looks like he's going from aliens, but he's backed up a little bit on supply. And he actually can't produce any more units, so he's gonna have to attack. He's already at 200 units. He's got 2 Thors, countless, I can't count all those mortars there. Countless mortars, 2 medevacs to help repair when he gets attacked. Up here, he's got 3, 6, 7 ultralisks. Some drones are coming down to this expansion here. If you can see that, that's going to give Primeval the giveaway that there's an expansion down there, if he doesn't already know. Spine Crawler, I'd like to see who wins this. Those are so powerful. There's a lot of ultralisks, but they're damaged. That's one downside. Zerglings, medevacs, they're going to return. Let's see, you got a Zergling on this obs tower here, but he has a Marine on each here, or a mortar on that one, and a mortar on that one. So, in theory, Primeval actually has more view than he has more map control, I should say, than Dynamic does, which is actually very important because a good part of winning in StarCraft 2 or really any type of a strategy game of this sort is to get map control. It's very important. Here's the support Zergling's gonna take that mortar out, unfortunately. You send him some Zerglings down here. It's because there's only 1 Helion. And they take that Helion out. It looks like he's gonna go for another hatchery. So that would be his 6th hatchery. Now, looks like Primeval's gonna come up here because he's maxed out again on 200 units. Coming up here, Dynamic has not as many units actually as you did the last time that Primeval hit him. Here he's gonna scan the area here. Yep. There's those bandlings. It's probably the very first situation. In this situation, what you should do is get those bandlings when you have that many infantry. Looking like Primeval's actually gonna win this one. He has a Thor here. Thors have a lot of armor. Now he's getting some Terrans. That's a pretty good idea. He's gonna run off there. Dynamic still has that Overlord right there. We'll go to healing so you can get that tower. See what's going on. So we got 6. Yeah, 6 each. This is a very even matchup. Very good game. Take that Helion out, so he's gonna get those obs towers, or those, I keep calling them Ox towers, Zelnaga towers. And he has a whole bunch of Zerglings there. Jeez. Mixing it with some ultralisks. Zergling spam is actually pretty good, pretty effective too, especially when you're just doing mortar spam like what Primeval is doing. So he has a whole, well, getting more mortars is better to get more Zerglings, let me put it that way. They're more expensive, but they're very, very effective, especially when you're mixed with some Helions here and some medevacs. Medevacs is really what makes Terran infantry very op. However, they're not that effective against bandlings. Now he's getting some air. I don't think he's prepared for air. Nope, he doesn't really have any anti-air. So, he can have that upper hand. Look at this matchup, man. The ultralisks are disappearing. However, he doesn't really have any anti-air for his units. Not that many Marines are using. The mortars are very effective taking these ultralisks out. He's just basically going to retreat from mortars here. And his medevacs. I think some Marine spam will really work here with some stim pack. Oop, yep, that's what he's doing. He's getting those Marines going. And here he's just spamming some Zerglings again. Mass Marines take out Zerglings pretty easy with stim pack. So I'm not really seeing that being a good idea. Or the Mutalisks for that matter. I think what he's really anticipating is getting that mortar spam. He's at 190, 188 units here. He's put a little bit of cash and a lot of gas there. Gas isn't that important, but keeping your minerals down is, because then you know you're building units. Perhaps seeing some battle cruisers mixed in with this would be a really good idea. But he has 3 Thors, and Thors are really hot, man. Very powerful unit. That's why a lot of players say Terran's not that powerful at the end of the game. I'm not so sure about that, because Thors are really powerful, especially when you mix in like siege tanks, artillery, and you have all these Helians here, and the mass Marines mixed with their stim pack. Very powerful combination. Not like the Zeolins here. Yeah, look at those Marines. Marines don't have that much armor, but they're a very powerful weapon against everything, against ground and air, as you can see in the demonstration here. And there's some Ebonist winds. That there wasn't very nice. But GG. GG.